Good morning, it's Mike Quatromoni with Earthworks. I'm the landscape foreman and one of the two water feature construction foremans. About to head out to the job this morning, get started with our day. Love it for you to follow us out there. Callie, little calico. So right now, we have the Bobcat rental dingo out on the property. Pre-existing pond. The main focus right now is to remove all the rock, collapse the liner, get the old liner out of here. You can already tell there's holes and a bunch of debris in it. No filtration system, which we're gonna install. And that's what we're working on right now. So I was just poking around here, seeing what we had underneath. And these are the unforeseen issues that you have to deal with in the field when redoing ponds. Luckily, it's not super thick cinder block, but they do have some rebar stakes going through it. Just more additional work for the demo to get this thing down to square one in a blank canvas. This thing must have been leaking like a sieve. Look at this one down at the bottom. That's a big hole. I can put my arm in it. Look, here's another one. They're all over the place. Oh, motherfucker. Hey. Yeah. So, if you find another worm and you eat that, I'll buy your barbecue barn. All right. Deal?
I'll find one right now, hold on.
There's one. Is that an albino one? Oh, that's a nice big one.
That's a big one.
This is for, you gotta bite it.
I'm gonna bite it, I'll chew it up.
Oh my. Oh, dude. Let's see it, let's see the. Ah. That's all high and dry. Yeah, I just have to build this one shelf up, I think one row, and then we're gonna start looking at a waterfall rock for in this spot. So on this pond build, we have two separate types of rocks. Tennessee river rounds, which is everything you see here in the pond. It's a stylized choice as far as which kind of rock you want in the pond. You can do a mixture of the Tennessee river rounds and Tennessee fieldstone, which I'll show you here in a minute. You can do all Tennessee river rounds, which we have here. You can do all Tennessee fieldstone, and your choice of rock is limitless from there. But this specific project, I made the decision to do 100% Tennessee river rounds. I love the look, the rounded edge. It visually makes sense being submerged in water, because that's how the stone ends up being round in the first place, is water passing over it and being submerged for long periods of time. So we found our water level. The next step is to find the rock where the water is going to actually pour over. We call that the waterfall rock. At that point, I'm going to transition into our Tennessee fieldstone. All right, so we have three separate sizes, it looks like here. Smaller to medium size, This looks like straight up medium. Then we have our nice larger rocks. These are going to be good for our frame rocks, which go on either side of the spill rock that creates the waterfall. Look at the color on this. That one's cool. All that lichen right there. That'll be a nice one to show off. It's got some character on it, moss on it too. So this rock just does not work, so that's where it belongs, away from the pond. It's not good enough. It doesn't deserve a home in there. I've tried it in 4 different places and it doesn't want to sit happy for me, so it's gone. It's away, out of my mind. So this right here, this is our second piece of liner. What we're gonna do is we're gonna overlap this piece on top of the pond liner, and you're able to get away with that by building up 8 inches or more of a waterfall, and you won't have a leak issue. And this allows you to just make a crazy, you can make a water feature that's 100 feet long just by overlaps. And in this case, it works well. We'll be able to build all of our stream work off this one piece. Yeah, so this is a Firestone product that they manufacture out. I don't even know what state it comes from, but it's a 45 mil rubber membrane, and it's top quality stuff. With that being said, pinching and rolling is still something to be concerned about. UV light, you know, you have years and years and years if it's exposed to UV light. But what we do and how we build our water features is we rock everything completely 100%. So not, you know, 1 inch of the stuff is exposed to UV light, which allows it to have an extremely long lifetime. So many to choose from. So what I'm trying to map out now is pretty much the entry point of the waterfall into the pond. We have our grade set now, the dirt's all good to go, underlayment in, liner folded back. And this is really kind of where the eye comes in, the whole design of everything. It's not as easy as throwing a bunch of rocks together and pushing water over it. You kind of want everything to work together, where it comes in, where the stream, the directions of everything. So I enjoyed taking my time and mapping it out in my head first, taking a step back, making sure everything's gonna look pretty cool. The first rock we're gonna set is gonna be the left frame rock. So that is gonna be taller than the rock that the water is gonna be pushed over. And that's what we're gonna start with right now. Yeah, that's what we're gonna show. Yeah, just swing that end over here. What's up? Let me get in here. It might be cool to put something smaller in front of that so the water kind of wraps around. We had about 5 pallets of boulders. I didn't like what was in there, so I went back to the shop Thursday night, got these nice show-stopping, larger stones, and making it happen. Some larger pieces throughout the pond really balances everything out. You just want a wide variety of stone. The larger stuff looks really, what would you call it? Like settled in almost, just real natural, like it's been there for years and years and years. I enjoy working with larger stone. So when an opportunity comes to bring some out, I get it. And we're talking about Fred Flintstone. Welcome to Bedrock. We're here. We're at Bedrock right now. the liner has been tucked, edge work complete. We have nice aquatics popped in through the stream area, some nice specimens through the pond as well. Everything's flowing really nice, lights are working. Homeowners told us how nice it looked last night actually, so that's good news. We don't have to tinker with any of that. We got the boys in the landscape finishing up all the mulching to our new plantings. And I'm gonna pass the ball on to a good friend, Joe Mitchell.
All right, this is the best part of the interview that we like to do. We get the homeowners out and let them tell us how they really appreciate the work that we put in. So we got Miss Fudge here to explain to y'all how the pond once looked before we came out, and now how the pond looked when we leave.
Well, before it was all slate, and the person that put it in before, about 8 years ago, everything had collapsed and we hadn't even used it for 2 years.
Yes, ma'am. After that, what made you give Earthwork the call for us to come out and redo the pond?
I went on one of your websites and I was looking at some of the work you've done, and then when I was over at Earthworks, I also, would look at the videos that you had up in there, yes, and we decided that you were the best for the job.
Can you let other homeowners know how hard we put work into this pond?
They worked constantly. I'd see them out here during lunch, and then they'd grab some water or iced tea, and they're back at it. Well, since we started the project, every evening after everybody leaves, I've been taking progress pictures and send them to my sister and brother and some of my friends on Facebook. And I'm getting these comments back of everybody wants to come visit. My sister's planning to come for a week in July, and all she wants to do is sit in the backyard or float in the pool and listen to this. And I've already had 3 neighbors tell me 4th of July I need to have a neighborhood cookout so they can all come out and sit and watch the water come down the waterfall.
All right, so this is the final day for the pond crew out here at the Fudge residence. Currently sitting inside of a nice little add-on we were able to pull off for them. We had some extra material, we had extra Delaware blend and some flagstone we pulled out of the previous water feature. There was just a neglected corner of the yard, so we made a nice little pathway with a destination seating spot here. Good coffee, and the homeowner smoked cigarettes, a little cigarette spot for her, so she can hang out in the mornings and kind of hide away from everyone so she doesn't get bothered. It's the secret garden, if you would. So yeah, final day. The last thing that needs to happen is paver repair, and once that's done, she's gonna be a happy camper hanging out. Do not forget to subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Works Jax, and also follow, like, share us on Facebook and any other social media. Thank you.